Back to Trash Man MMA. It's yours truly, the Trash Man. We're going over Arman Saryukian versus Dan Hooker, going over the full card. Honestly, what a good card. I was watching this, I was more so listening to this card at work the entire time. Had some bullshit happen to me at the end of my shift, dude. Literally in the middle, I was I was listening to Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Shamil Gaziev, and I ran over a pothole and popped my tire. Like, dude, it was terrible. I missed the Jack Hermanson fight. I rewatched it. I was able to watch the Volkan Ozdemir and the rest of the fights, but let's get right into it, man. I was able to listen to most of these fights. Starting with Maric Abulio versus Denzel Freeman. This was the only fight that I didn't pay any attention to. It was too early, and I didn't really care about either of these guys. And yeah, I think that was the safest option. Denzel Freeman narrowly won. They kind of did absolutely nothing. Denzel Freeman won 30-27, I think. On to the next, Nurulio Aliyev versus Shamrock. I didn't know about Nurulio Aliyev's extensive background in just like all the fucking combat sports that he's done. Uh, Record said a 10-0. It's a little bit deeper than that. Shamrock though was kind of just outpaced, outmatched the entire fight. He was close. There were the significant strikes were close in some rounds, but overall, Nurulo Aliyev just kind of not had his way with them, but he did have the advantage on the feet. He had the advantage on the ground, in the clinch, just everywhere. In the wrestling, Shamrock would shoot a takedown. Aliyev would easily stuff it and then just immediately shoot one of his own and just wrap Shamrock's, just completely wrap his legs up, take him down. It was pretty easy and routine for Aliyev. What a good prospect we have. Two fights this year, compared to his other years with insane inactivity. Excited to see this guy back in there. And the Shamrock, he showed decent striking and grappling, so he'll probably still stay in the mix for a little while. But on to the next. Oh, I got both. I got the Denzel Freeman pick, and I missed the Shamrock pick. On to the next, Ishmael Nurdiev versus Ryan Loder. I picked Ishmael Nurdiev by first round KO. He gets it done by first round KO with one of the nastiest. I forget what it is. I think it's just like a right hand, right hook or something, but sets him down brutally, spins his head, and it's just the downfall of Ryan Loder was disgusting. He drops to his back, slams his head on the canvas, and it's just torture. It's just so bad to see. You can see his eyes just in the back of his head before he's even at the out on his back. Oh, sorry, I just woke up from a fucking nap. You could see his head. You could see his eyes rolling back into his head, and you could see it just like try and get up, like, and he's not even awake. It's just his body's like reaction to like, it's like literally he's dead, and he's trying to get back up. Absolutely insane. Great win from Ishmael Nurdiev. That was the way to win against Ryan Loder. Put him on the back and just let the hands fly. And that's exactly what he did, and he knocked him out cold. Good job from Ishmael Nurdiev. I got that pick right. On to the next. Beksat Almakan, Alessandre Topuria. Now, if you watched my video, I was going back and forth with this fight. At first I was leaning Beksat, then Topuria, then back to Beksat, and then back to Topuria, and that's where I landed. I even made an Instagram video about it, about Topuria and Beksat being extremely, extremely close in technical skill, both having elite grappling and both having elite striking, but where Topuria was going to excel was in the boxing combinations, with Beksat being more of an in and out karate-esque fighter. Topuria's heavy on that lead leg, which he was. Beksat was able to get in a lot of low kicks and kind of dropping Topuria to his knees, spin him around, make him look dumb at times, if we're being honest, made him look silly, spinning him around, dropping him with that lead leg, low kick. And Topuria, though, after that, after the first round, which was a narrow round, I seen some people had it 2018 for Topuria after the first 2 rounds. I thought Begzat won the first round very clearly. Not that the second round was close, but I thought Topuria edged it out with the damage, because you could see in the second round, even though they were landing similar shots, Topuria's shot selection just had not even a shot selection, just the power behind his shots had so much more of an impact than Begzat. His face was getting bloodied, his lip was cut open. It was just nasty damage from Topuria on the face of Begzat. And after that, in the third round, it was kind of just a beat down. He dropped them twice at like in the middle parts of the round. Overhand rights, dropping Begzat. Begzat gets back to his feet. Another overhand right, drops him again. It was just a brutal beat down by Topuria in that third round. It was lovely to see. Even though the striking numbers are close, honestly, not much of them aren't significant. That's how hard these guys were throwing. What a great fight, though. This was a really good fight. Topuria's boxing combinations really led him to the win. Some of the body shots that he was landing, Begzat was doing a good job with the body shots as well. He was doing a great job with the kicks, kicking to the body. Honestly, with that lead uppercut he was throwing in that first round as well, he was kind of landing it throughout the fight, but that was working wonders against Topuria. Just simple, I can't remember, just simple, just step in, lead uppercut, lead uppercut. It was so simple, and then he would throw in a right cross to the body. It was just nice, but Topuria got it done. I believe he won the second and the third round for a 29-28 victory. They might have given him all 3 rounds. I can't remember the scorecard, but great fight. Got that pick right. On to the next, Abdul Rahman Yahayev versus Rafael Sequeira. Yeah, this was the way this fight was always gonna go. But Abdul Rahman, man, he really showed this guy no respect, and that's what I love. Because when you're going up against a guy like Rafael, I mean, he doesn't deserve respect. You don't like he doesn't command respect whatsoever. I mean, he's 0-3 in the UFC for a reason. Now 0-4, lost 3 out of his 4 fights by first round knockout. It's just that this is the way you have to approach this fight. He doesn't have a chin, and it was proven. Abdul landed a right hand and a fucking left high kick somehow. Left high kick drops Rafael. Rafael had no idea that was coming. Drops him. Some follow-up shots from Abdul, can't put him away just yet. Rafael tries to get up to his feet, gets to his knees, starts working up. Abdul landing left hands, left hooks on Rafael as he's getting up. Rafael falls back down. Abdul jumps on the back of Rafael, sinks in the rear naked choke, throws over his leg over Rafael, and he's just able to secure it. And there Rafael is just crunched up in a ball with his neck being squeezed off his head. And it's a first round submission, the fastest submission in light heavyweight history. So what a way to make your debut, breaking records off rip, and just in an amazing fashion as well. So good job, Abdul. This is the way you approach a fight with Rafael. On to the next, Alex Perez versus Asu Amabayev. I didn't watch this fight. I only listened to it. But Alex Perez, it sounded like he was going for a lot of takedowns, or he was kind of just walking. I was able to watch it a little bit. He was kind of just like zombie maxing in a way. He was just walking forward to Asu, just winging left overhand, right overhand, left overhand. He was just like a windmill out there. There's really no technical striking from Alex Perez, but in the second round, Asu was able to get a standing guillotine over Alex Perez and just make him tap, put him away. It sounded like Alex Perez was having some a good amount of success, or was it in the third round? It was in the third round. I thought it was in the second. But as you can see, stat-wise, Alex Perez was having success. I believe he was getting the better of the takedowns, in the second round. And then the third round, not needed. One guillotine does it for Asu. Good job for Asu Amabayev. I got that pick, and I picked him. Got that pick right. Nicholas Dalby versus Saeed Igagagbaga. I didn't listen to this fight. I listened to it, but it sounded very boring. Nicholas Dalby got it done though. I did see parts of it. It was kind of a clinch fist. I didn't expect Nicholas Dalby to take that route in a fight, but I guess it makes sense after you get brutally knocked out for the first time in your career. Maybe you don't want to take it, maybe you don't want to go too hard in your next fight, but it was an interesting route to take considering Sagid is a very he has a lot of experience, and he also has a lot of submissions as well. So to go and engage in the clinch was an interesting decision, but I mean, not everybody's gonna get a fucking standing guillotine on you, so I guess it was the right approach. And in hindsight, Nicholas Dalby has dealt with grapplers in the past. With that Gabriel Bonfim fight, who was able to put him out ground and pound in the second round, I believe. So I guess this is an archetype of an opponent that Nicholas Dalby has seen before, but I didn't think he was going to get it done. I thought he was regressing in his career a little bit, but he proves me wrong. He gets the split decision win over Sagid, and it was a fight. It was a fight. But Nicholas Dalby gets it done. On to the next. Bogdan Grad versus Luke Riley. This was one I was actually caught up in a conversation with some dude. I put my earpiece back in, and all I hear is a check left hook from Luke Riley. Puts out Bogdan Grad, and he's out cold. I'm like, what the fuck? And I pull out my phone. I'm like, holy shit. He put out the white chimpanzee fucking monkey. Like I predicted. I predicted Bogdan Grad was going to get him in the first round. I'll grapple him. And then Luke Riley comes back in the second round, takes his head clean off. And that's exactly what he does. He throws a 1-2 down the middle, misses both, loads up that check left hook, bam! Right on the neck, right on the chin of Bogdan Grad, spins his head around, sets him down, out fucking cold. I don't believe he follows up. Maybe he follows up with one shot, but I believe he just walks over his lifeless corpse. And same thing with Bogdan Grad. Tries to get up, but he's fucking half dead. Don't even know how he's trying to get back up. But what a great performance from Luke Riley. No, not a great performance, but what a great finish. A great comeback finish at that, because he was getting out controlled, he was getting out grappled, out wrestled in that first round. So it's a clear deficiency in his game. You can't get that that comeback KO every single time, but Luke Riley gets it done in his first fight in his UFC debut. So good job to Luke Riley, and GG for Bogdan Grad. He's shown to be able to be finished brutally like that before by Tom Nolan in his Contender Series debut, and it happens again with Luke Riley in Luke Riley's debut. So I don't know I don't think they're gonna cut Bogdan Grad. He's an entertaining fighter for sure, and he does have the he has that typical gritty archetype of fighter. So I don't think they'll get rid of him. But just matchups aren't going to get any easier from here on out for Bogdan Grad, so he has to lock the fuck in. But Luke Riley, great debut. Come from behind, KO. On to the next, Tagir Ulanbekov versus Kyogi Horiguchi. Unks. Bro, 2025 is the year of the Unks, man. Shout out Kyogi Horiguchi, man. Old head Kyogi Horiguchi at the ripe old age of 35, man, comes back, makes his re-debut in the UFC, because he's been here before, but he comes back, gets it done in the third round with the fucking, I think a guillotine over Tagir Ulanbekov. I can't remember what it was, but this was another fight that I couldn't listen to all the way. I was on the phone while this fight was taking place, but it seemed like Kyogi Horiguchi, just stat-wise, had it all in his favor. First round, 16-5. 16-5 on significant strikes. That is insane. In the third round, 13-1, 47-5 on total strikes. One sub attempt for Tagir Ulanbekov. Not sure what it was, but Kyogi Horiguchi gets out of it, leaves to see another day. And then the third round, just pure domination from Kyogi Horiguchi. 37-0, 20-0 on significant strikes. 2 knockdowns. Landed a fucking high kick on Tagir Ulanbekov. Dropped them. And then that's when he jumps on the guillotine, I believe. Or a rear naked choke. I can't really remember what it was. I think it was a rear naked choke, actually. That's what it was. A rear naked choke. And he actually puts Tagir Ulanbekov to sleep. Tagir takes the warrior way out. Doesn't tap. What a fucking badass. Never tap to a fucking blood choke. You pussy. But But good job from Tagir going out on a shield, gets put out. Kyogi is back, man, and I really thought he wasn't going to get this one done. He's been finished by some bums. We've seen it before, by Kyle Sakura, by Patchy Mix, guys who just do not excel in the UFC whatsoever, guys who are on the verge of getting cut. And Tagir Ulanbekov, man, he's a tough out opponent, ranked as well in the flyweight division. So for Kyogi Horiguchi to come in here and make, honestly, light work of Tagir, it shows that he's kind of, well, first of all, it makes the UFC's flyweight division look really bad, and second of all, it just shows that Kyogi Horiguchi has turned a new leaf in his career. So good job for Kyogi Horiguchi, man. Love to see him back. He's already the most entertaining personality in the UFC flyweight division. Every single flyweight has no personality. Even Joshua Van, bro, no personality to him. The only guy that rivals Kyogi is like fucking Brandon Royval. And even then, Royval is a little corny. But Kyogi Horiguchi, man, what a cool dude. Seems like a fucking Chad. Maybe he can give fucking Pantoja a run for his money. But we got to get in one or two more to really, know if this guy's ready or not. Maybe he can fight man, who can he fight? Maybe a Brandon Royval, honestly, now that his name's in my mind. Maybe a Manel Cap. Maybe he fights the winner of Manel Cap versus Brandon Royval. Maybe that's what he does, because both of those guys are kind of like insta-locked out of the title picture. So maybe a Kyogi Horiguchi, if they could get a win over him, or Kyogi get a win over one of them, maybe that could be the next title challenger. But on to the next. Good job for Kyogi. I got that pick wrong. On to the next. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Shamil Gaziev. Got this pick right. This is when I popped my tire. Waldo Cortez Acosta throwing check left hooks, man. Banging in the pocket. Shamil Gaziev on the front foot. Trying to bang with Waldo. Trying to get him up out of there. But Shamil Gaziev lands a left hook flush on Cortez's jaw. And like I've said, bro, Cortez has a chin made of fucking granite. No idea how nobody's been able to put this guy out yet. But it does have a noticeable effect on him. I mean, obviously, when you're getting banged up with these fucking heavyweights, you're not going to be completely unscathed. But he does a good job rolling with the shots, and that's what you've seen in the pocket. Shamil Gaziev landing a left hook, but Waldo Cortez gets hit with it, but rolls his head far out the way to where it doesn't land completely flush. And then Shamil kind of has his left hand down, his right hand like cocked at a 90-degree angle for some reason. And then Acosta is just like hands down looking at him. He says, "Bitch, right hand." And he throws a right hand. It's like a right jab, honestly, and it sets down Shamil Gaziev. Shamil Gaziev drops to his knees, gets back up, shoots for a takedown. Acosta landing back of the head shots. I see you, Acosta. I see you landing illegal shots. Landing back of the head shots, back of the head shots, back of the head shots. I think the ref even tells him, "Watch the back of the head, Acosta." And then Shamil fails the takedown. They get back to the feet. I'm taking a left at the fucking stop sign. I'm like, fuck. I drive. Put my phone down. Some more action picks up. I see an empty parking lot. I turn to the left. I look back at my phone. Waldo Cortez Acosta and Shamil Gaziev at the middle of the ring. And then, bam, right hand right down the middle. Right on the button of Shamil Gaziev. Sets him down. Literally kills him. Literally kills Shamil Gaziev. Shamil Gaziev is dead. He is dead. Like, he has ceased to exist. He and his fat belly are disintegrated. He is dead. Acosta, man, what a fucking guy. And then he's like making a little troll to Tom Aspinall with the fucking eye patch over his eye. Just trolling the champ, which is so funny. Waldo Cortez Acosta is really making a stake to have that next title shot. He might be able to get a fight against Alexander Volkov. Volkov got that win over Jelton Almeida. And Acosta, man, with this win, two wins in a month time, and he wants to get in another on December 13th on the last pay-per-view of the year, or the last pay-per-view in UFC history, UFC 232 or 323, the last pay-per-view. He wants to get on that card, and honestly, fuck it, bro. Put him on there. he would make an amazing addition to that card. Him versus Volkov, bro, or him versus somebody else. But the point that I'm trying to make is he has to beat Volkov to get that title shot. There's no other way I see him getting a title shot. He lost to Pavlovich. He has to get a higher ranked win, and the only higher ranked guy that he can get is Volkov. So Acosta, in the near future, I have a feeling he will be facing Volkov, but maybe at 323 is not who he will face. But on to the next, Jack Hermansson versus Miktic Orolbai. I picked Miktic Orolbai by first round KO, and he gets it done by first round KO, just banging wild in the pocket, and there goes an overhand right from Miktic Orolbai, or a right hook, right on the. It's not even the temple. It's like it's like on top of the ear, because Jack Hermansson had a high guard and he was covering up pretty well, but Miktic Orolbai sneaks it by and that right hand lands picture perfect on the head of Jack Hermansson and kills him. It just kills him. You can't be a 185er and cut 15 pounds to 170 after a brutal knockout loss and expect to have your chin. You just can't. And Jack Hermansson is a big dude. He's no small guy. He's a huge welterweight, and I don't know why he made this move. 185 is his home, I truly believe. But like, he was taking shots off of Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer's one of the hardest hitting guys in the UFC, and for some reason you just drop 15 pounds after one KO loss. I get it, nobody wants to have a knockout loss, but it's Gregory Rodriguez, man. He's also a hard-hitting motherfucker. And it's just like, this was not the career move for Jack Hermansson, not at all. But Miktic Orolbai takes the old man up out of there. There was like a decade difference in between them. He shows up and he shows out the exact way he's supposed to. He wasn't getting outstruck by Jack Hermansson, though. Jack Hermansson looked okay in the striking, but it was just inevitable. On to the next, Volkan Ozdemir versus Alonzo Menifield. Even though Alonzo Menifield had the better record on paper in the UFC, Volkan Ozdemir is kind of just a better striker. Even though Alonzo did clip him with a right hand and kind of made Volkan go jelly leg. Nobody was really talking about that, but he clicked him one time in like the first 30 seconds and made Volkan do the fucking Bobby Green dance. But Volkan Ozdemir applied pressure. And like he said, it wasn't just one or two shots combined. It was a combination of 3, 4, 5. It was it was just constant combinations. It was never just pop. Oh, let me stop. Taking turns like a lot of fighters kind of do. No, it was constant pressure, constant combinations, and on the fence had Alonzo Menifield covering up, and then he just let loose. Hook, uppercut. He was throwing knees too, I believe, and just set him down with that final left hook right on the button of Alonzo Menifield. Set him down, and out cold he was. Good job from Volkan Ozdemir. I picked him, and he got it done by first round KO. On to the next. Belal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. This fight went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Belal Muhammad is just too reactionary. Ian Gary is very good, and he had that very low stance, kind of like a Michael Morales against Sean Brady. Very low to prevent the takedown, so he could get the underhooks pretty easily. But other than that, he was stalking, and the way he had his hands as well, it wasn't a traditional guard. He was very wary of the takedowns, if we're being honest. But he's just so long and so lanky that it was hard for Belal to close the distance and get on in him. But Belal honestly did a good job. I think we are all respecting Belal Muhammad a lot more now, even though he's on a 2-fight loss streak. They're not bad losses. He showed a lot of grit, he showed a lot of heart, and he showed a lot of willpower in these fights. But Ian Gary just attribute maxing. Too tall, too long, man, too rangy. Footwork is too good. Belal Muhammad seems a little stuck in the mud at times. Always a step behind. And that's what it was. Just Belal Muhammad being a step behind. Ian Gary would get shots off. Belal would get hit, have his head snapped back, and he would try to get it back. But in that trying to get it back, Ian Gary's already circled out. He's at the center of the ring again. Pop. And he's landing more shots. At one point, dude, he landed the nastiest combination I've ever seen. He landed like a right hand right down the middle. And then as he was getting back out of distance, he threw a fucking He threw a spinning back fist with the same hand, landed flush on Bilal Muhammad's jaw. This is in the third round. And then after that lands, Bilal Muhammad tries to get it back. Ian Gary knows it's coming through, so he throws up a right high kick, or just like a push kick right to the mush of Bilal Muhammad's face, sets him back. Oh my gosh, it was the nastiest three-piece combination of all time. A right hand down the middle, spinning back fist with the same hand, and then a push kick to the face. It was pure. It was a beautiful masterclass from Ian Gary. It was amazing. So Ian Gary gets it done, 30-27, I believe, or 29-28 on one scorecard, but he gets it done. I thought he won every single round. Good job for Bilal Muhammad though. But these tall guys, these obviously we know striking isn't Bilal Muhammad's bread and butter. He's a grappler at heart, but he has some hands. But it's just not to the likes of Ian Gary, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates. It's not to the likes of these guys, you know. So good job, Bilal, but Ian Gary gets it done. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker, the main event. Arman Tsarukyan gets it done with a arm triangle in the second round. I thought it was gonna. I picked Arman Tsarukyan by 38 by a 48-47 split decision. He doesn't go to split decision. He doesn't even make it to the fucking third round. Just immediate. I don't want to say domination because I didn't really watch the first round, but I did watch the second. And it seemed pretty quick, man. It seemed pretty quick into this second round. I'm surprised it was nearly 4 minutes in, but control from Arman, his bread and butter. But he just gets the arm triangle. Dan Hooker gives it up too easily. He fought it for quite some time. Not gonna lie, he fought. But I called it like 30 seconds from when it happened. I glanced at the TV and I was like, oh, he's gonna tap. And he fought for a little while, but inevitable. The tap was inevitable. Arman gets it done. That's a title shot, if we're being honest. That's a fucking title shot. I get it. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't bring Ilya in. I guess Ilya's looking for a little something different, but it has to be Arman. If it's a Paddy Pimblett, it's going to be a disgrace of a sport. Arman Tsarukyan has to get the next title shot. Overall, I went 11-3 on this card. Pretty good on picks. The only pick I regret, the only silly pick I would say that I made was, I feel like the Tagir versus Kyogi Horiguchi, that's a valid pick to make. I took Tagir, but he lost. I feel like that was a valid pick. No, I don't really think many people thought Kyogi could get it done. And then my second loss was Nicholas Dalby versus Sagid. I think some people picked Nicholas Dalby, and you definitely could. So maybe this was a silly pick, but I didn't mind it. I mean, Sagid did take him to a split decision after all, so I don't think it was a terrible pick. But I think where I did fumble was the Nurullo Aliev versus Shamrock pick. I even said in my head during the weigh-ins or during the ceremonial face-off, Shamrock looks like a guy who's just going to lose. But Nurullo Aliev, he got it done. He's undefeated. I should have went with them to go 12-2, but I didn't. But, no sweat off my sack, man. Great card, though. Even if I was just listening to it, it was a great card. Popped my tire, man. But, hey, we're going to have a good day. I drank a beer when I got home. So, all is fine and dandy at the end of the day. So, great card. Like I said, 11-3. I don't think I'll be making a fights to make after this card, but I'll make another video in the meantime. So shout out, y'all. Hope y'all fucked with the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.